Hi guys, selamat pagi semuanya. In today's video we're going to be looking at me verb constructions. Me verb constructions can be rather difficult, okay, so hopefully if you're having a bit of trouble with these, this video will help you and point you in the right direction. So, me constructions. So me constructions are transitive verbs, okay, and they're created when you add the affix me and e to a base word. Transitive verbs, okay, are verbs which must follow an object, and if you're having trouble with intransitive or transitive verbs, there's another video that you can have a look in my collection of videos. So, me can be added to a range of base words. However, the kind of base word does affect the outcome and the meaning of the created me verb, and me can be added to base word verbs, base word nouns, and base word adjectives. Now, with a lot of these things, we say, me verbs can be complicated, as I said, and there's always exceptions. So the rules stated in this presentation are for 99% of situations, but there always will be exceptions, and you'll learn those as you go through, okay, and you'll just keep learning those and you'll spot them. But again, the rules presented here will help you in most situations. Firstly, verb-based words. So if the base word used with the me affix is a verb-based word, the meaning of the produced me verb is generally the same or similar with a more sophisticated meaning as the original verb. So if we look at some contoh here, the first one, tinggal, to live, meninggali, to live, masuk, to enter, memasuki, to enter. So again, the same meanings, okay? Base word, me, same meaning. Now where it gets a little bit more complicated is where the verb has both a me and a merkan construction, which is for most of these. In this case, the meaning can be generally said to be with me constructions. You use these when the result of the action is focused on the subject of the sentence, and the merkan construction being used when the result of the action is more focused on the object of the sentence. Now, this will make, I think, a bit more sense when we look at some examples, which we're going to do right now. So, using masuk as our example, to enter, memasuki, the me construction, to enter, saya memasuki kamar itu, I entered the room. So the focus of the action, or the focus of the result of the action is on the person. The person was the one that moved, who's been affected. Memasukkan, to put into. Okay, saya memasukkan barang di lemari. I put the things in the cupboard. So the thing that's been affected is the object in the sentence, okay, in the object position, the things. So that's why I used e for the first one and kan for the second, because in the first one, the subject was being affected. In the second one, the object was being affected. And this will just become second nature as you go through when you're using them, okay. Base word nouns. So if the base word used with the me affix is a noun, the meaning of the produced me verb is generally to apply the noun to something or something else. So if we look at my examples, the contoh, first one, air, water. When we add me and e to air, that means to water or to apply water. So again, they look at the example there, like to a field or something like that. Now, in these you can get a bit more abstract, okay, meanings or definitions. So if we look at susu, milk, when we add the me and the e to that, it makes the meaning to breastfeed. Okay, we don't apply water to a field, or milk to a field, but we do give it to a baby. So we apply it to a baby. So that's why it's coming from this. Okay, to apply it to something to breastfeed. So you can get some of these more abstract meanings, which come from this rule. Okay, so just watching out for these and being aware of them. From adjective base words now. So if the base word used with the me affix is an adjective base word describing a location, the meaning of the produced me verb is that of assuming the position of that location, of that base word. So if we look at some contoh, dekat, meaning close, mendekati, to get close to. So I'm assuming the position, I'm assuming the position of the adjective. Jauh, far, menjauhi, to get far from, to distance oneself. So again, assuming the position of being far away from something or someone. Now again, awas, for all other adjective-based words that aren't locatives or describing a location, the meaning of the me construction is generally the same as the causative merkan verb. Okay, so if you look at again at contoh, panas hot, memanaskan, to heat something up, to cause it to become hot. Memanasi, again, the same, to heat something up, to cause something to become hot. Okay, so this is where you'll generally see adjectives basically the same unless they're locatives or describing a location. So just to review what we've learned in today's video, so the me can be added to a range of base words, however, the kind of base word does affect the outcome and the meaning. With verb-based words, generally they have the same meaning as base word verbs, but just be watching out where the focus is of the result of the action. Okay, can decide if it's me or an e. Me can or me. With noun-based words, okay, the meaning is usually to apply the noun to something or someone. With adjective-based words, the meaning is that of assuming the position of the base word, but again, this is only for locative adjectives. Everything else, same as merkan. And as I said at the start, there's always exceptions, and you'll learn those as you go. Again, I hope this video has been useful for you if you're having trouble with me constructions. Feel free to leave comments or suggestions. And I hope to see you again for my next video. Salamat belajar.